Isn't it? Good morning and welcome to the Skeinz Diaries. What is it? Thursday, the 5th of September. You're here with Maree. Hello. It's the usual state of chaos around here, but it's a good thing. It is a good thing. Welcome along. Welcome along for another fantastic Thursday. And look, I've had to bust out a sweater, even though the sun is shining behind me. As many of you have discovered, we've gone from 23 degrees one day to like 12 yesterday. And it's only slightly warmer today. It's a bit chilly, but it's all good. I thought I'd bust out. Good morning, Jean. I thought I'd bust out the gold wing this morning for you because it's Southlander September, and of course, I knitted much of the gold wing in Southlander. This is County, obviously, but you could use Southlander Sport in this if you wished. And I used Southlander Sport. This is written for DK, so if you wanted to, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I knitted this on a 3.75 millimeter needle. And as you can see, she's looking great. And I think I've talked about the great disaster with the county. I washed it for the first time. See, it ran. The red ran. I know. And it was, I did everything cold, the whole Worksburger. No, it wasn't set properly and it ran. So I'm not phased. Anywho, you could knit this in pulse at the top. And then I would use the Pulse DK in Southlander Sport still if you wanted the lighter fabric on a 3.75 millimeter needle, and it would look amazing, absolutely amazing. But I do love this, and as you can see, it's a great sweater. The biggest difference I've made, I'm going to stand up to show you, is I have A-lined mine. So I've just put a series of increases here because Jennifer Steingast, she has it so it's like that. But, I've got, wibbly bits that I don't like things sticking to. So I put a little A-line in to de-wibbly myself. But I kept this all the same. So it fits fabulous up here. Hey, everybody. Morena Marie. Sabrina's asking, is that a young Sonia Gray on the re-released Lisa F. Vintage V-necked ribbed cardigan pattern? Funny you should mention that. Sabrina. I think it is. Hold on. I'm going to just do this quickly and have a quick look because I've actually got that page sitting up in here. So I'm going to put it up in here and we can look together. Right. So let's go. So I'm typing this, as you can see, in the search box here. I use this all the time. If you guys haven't used that search box, it's the easiest thing to find anything. Trust me. I use it all the time. Now, the vintage V-neck. What did you say? Vintage V-neck ribbed cardigan. Yes, look at that. Stop it. I think you were right. I think that is a very young. It is. Look at that. It's good spotting, Sabrina. It's a bit like spotting old Rachel Hunter knitting ads, isn't it? We've got one actually here somewhere with Rachel and Mohair when she started her knitting, and this girl, and also too, I recognise this girl here as well, and I'm just trying to. She was an actress as well, and from the 90s, she did a lot of. Is it? It's not Teresa Healy, but it'll come to me. Yeah, it's funny, eh? How people pop up. Of course, this is the vintage sweater mohair cardigan, which I talked about the other day. And all of these vintage patterns, and I'll just go back to that page. So if you want to find all of these are the Lisa F vintage patterns. Just pop in the search bar if you don't want to use the tab. Just put in Lisa F, one word, LISA-F, space vintage, and then they all come up, and then they're all together. And they're just easier to find that way. But these are all great patterns for our Southlander September. And the reason I had this page up was because the team, and actually if you go up in here, we've got new subsets in here now to make things easier to find. I've done all of this, of course, and we'll be going to the new website in a couple of months. And just reminding you, if you use your sales history, I think I did mention this the other day, if you use your sales history, you need to either take screenshots or download that and keep a record of that now, because that will be disappearing once we go over to the new website. Anywho, these are our Australian Yarn Company books and leaflets, but we've got this one here is a brand new one. Look at that. So is this here, the Big Book of Small Projects. This classic jumper is perfect for Southlander. Perfect. This classic aria is another great one. This one's brilliant for Southlander bulky. In this heirloom 8-ply men's jumper, if you're looking for a single leaflet, just for a classic crew neck jumper, this is the one that you want. If you want a book with a whole bunch, you want this one down here, Men's Classic Nuts. I talked about this ages ago. That's it there. I talked about it ages ago, and I'm just going to pop this up here so I can show you a little better, because those are all the designs that are in that one, and it's a mixture of 5-ply DK and 12-ply. So every Southlander you could possibly imagine you can have in this one, every one. And this is V-necks, crew necks, what have we got? V-neck, crew neck, button-up cardigan, V-neck cardigan, everything. Raglan sleeves, raglans, are they all raglans? Yeah, set in with the vests. You can make a vest. Everything you could possibly need in the different weights. It is an absolute, and there is the female version as well. The female version is, if we go over here, the female version looks like, it's possibly on the other page. There's the female version there, and the male version is as low as a wet week, is, as I said, is here. And then, of course, if you did Ethan's class at Knit August Nights, it doesn't matter which version you have, because you'll be able to modify it yourselves. So there you go. So that's now available. The one that I put out in the newsletter, which I loved, is this little guy here. It's called the High Country Jumper. Look at that. So if you had some Southlander bracken, and also if you had some of the Truly Myrtle colours, would look really amazing up in there. But you wouldn't have to. But I mean, you could use, you could use anything. You could use Snug. You could use Perrindale, Highlander. Even if you, because I mean, though, honestly, all of those would only be a single ball, but it's a really, really sweet yoked jumper. Really, really pretty, really classic in style. And that is now in, and as you can see, it is there. So I would, so we've just got some inspiration in for you guys for Southlander September. So you've got different things there. There's the oatmeal that I've got here. Now, the other pattern I wanted to show you, which is out in the newsletter, and I've gone here. Let's jump to the right place. Let's jump to the right place, shall we, Maree? I was just jumping on the Rav. This was a pattern. It's been out. Come on, you know you want to. You're thinking, are you? No, you're not thinking. There we go. This is a pattern that's been out for years. 2018, this came out. Mohair Locatelli. And this is the easy one, which is the easy one in bulky. She put out this boxy style sweater. She's done it in various different ways. What's great about this one is that it is so easy and quick to execute. It's easy to modify. There's no fussy short rows. It is a drop shoulder, and that's using a 3-needle bind off by the look of it there. It's very, very straightforward. I think from memory, this is picked up stitches here and you work down. You can then alter your sleeve length, because let's face it, she's obviously not washed a dish in her life if she's got sleeves that long. But it's just very simple, very fashion forward, which you can do in something like this. And that is the world's fastest bulky knit. And I did a quick costing, because that's the other side of it. You know, let's face it, everything just costs right now, right? The costing on that, if you're wanting to do the smallest size, and she's got great sizings from small all the way through to 4XL, I think. The smallest size, it's going to cost you $41.70 to knit currently in Southlander on Southlander September, right through to $62.55 for the 4XL. Well, I mean, I would only do the 2XL at best on that. So there is a lot of movement, and you don't need a lot. Like the largest size, which just skips up to 9 balls, you only need, for most cases, between 6 and 9 balls to do the entire thing. It is just utterly brilliant. Barbara's just saying Charles Gandhi had a new... Oh, yes, actually, Barbara, you're right. So Barbara's just saying Charles Gandhi has a New Jersey pattern with a cowl. He does, and I think it's called... I've got a funny feeling it's called the cowl sweater. Hold on, let's find that, Barbara. Let's have a little look. There it is, twice as nice. That's what it's called. There it is there, twice as nice. Look at that. That's new from Charles. And I love that orange. Isn't it fantastic? So he is saying, and he's done, there you go, 22 stitches, DK. Again, if you wanted to do a lighter weight fabric, you can do what I do here. 24 stitches, 3.75 millimeter needle. You only need to make some very subtle modifications from a size perspective on your ease to do that, and it gives you this lighter Southlander fabric. So it's a really good hint if you don't want to go quite so heavy. And here, there we go. Designed to be for an advanced beginner. It's versatile, and the sweater and cowl to be worn together separately. So as you can see, there's the sweater. So that's the neck on the sweater, and there's the cowl, which is independent at the top there. But it's just a lovely, simple, but stylish, classic piece. And that's often what we look for. So that one's a brand new one from Charles. And that would translate really, really well into Southlander. Really well into Southlander. It also, just saying, thank you, Barbara, for mentioning that, would translate, dare I say it, really well into our new Whisper Mohair. You could actually get away with that. Again, now using a 4mm needle, what I would do is jump up to a 5mm needle and pull yourself back a size. But you would be able to do that, no problem at all, if you wanted a little bit of fuzzy love. Or you would go Southlander Sport, Whisper Fine, knitted as a DK. That would work too if you want a little bit of plush going on. So that's always fun. You can always do that. Always a bit of fun. Now, the other one I just wanted to show you, because I brought it back into work today, and it's one that I do all the time. Oh, it's disappeared from there. So anyway, you know where I'm going to go with this. Of course, is our Chaika. I knitted essentially this version, but with the shorter sleeves. So I did the sleeves. In fact, my sleeves, I think, came to here. So I just did the shorter sleeves. Mine looks exactly like that. I don't quite have the figure that she does, though, but mine does look like that. It is nice when it looks. It's like when you knit something from a cookbook, isn't it? You know, you get the recipe and you see the picture and you think, does it look like that thing in the picture? Well, I can say that my Chaika does look like that. It's set with a shorter sleeve. So my sleeve is, comes to about there. I chose to do the shorter sleeve. And I have seriously thrashed that. That's probably one of my most worn cardigans. I have absolutely thrashed it. Here, I'll put this down so you can have a really good look. I have totally thrashed it. I knitted 2. I used a single ball. You just need a single ball of the cream, and then I think it was 4 balls that I used for the body on the shorter sleeves. You might need an extra one if you're doing longer sleeves. But seriously, I have thrashed and thrashed and thrashed that sweater. Absolutely thrashed it. Veronica's just giving it a quick little shave for the shop. It never lets me down. It always looks great. I've thrown it over dresses. I've got long sort of maxi dresses. I've thrown it over. I've worn it with jeans and t-shirts. I've just worn it with everything. It's such a versatile pattern. Funnily enough, this is the thing with this pattern. The other yarn that would be amazing in this pattern, the mohair. You could mohair that, no worries whatsoever, not change a single thing. And if you wanted it done in fluff, it'll be equally as good. So it's an absolute winner chicken dinner, that one. And many of you I know have Chaika in your libraries. I know both the Chaikas I've knitted, even with limited knitting time, I've managed to bang those out in a matter of literally a couple of weeks. Ranunculus is another one that I know many of you have used and knitted, and I know that works well in Southlander bulky. And the reason I know that is Heather has knitted it in Southlander bulky, and it looks utterly fantastic. So there are some options for you, because sometimes you look at it and you think, oh, I don't know, I just don't know what I'm going to knit with it, or how much do I need. This is where you go back to your patterns. And I mentioned it the other day, and I love that I mentioned it with Mohair. I love the fact that so many of you dived in, and I saw lots of things like this popping up. Look at these. These are from some of our collection here. Things like this popping up into the Skeinz Speakeasy. I told you, I knew you had these things under your beds and in boxes and in the back of the cupboard and wardrobes. This is, when things are a little tight financially, this is where you actually realize how quickly and how easily it is to save a little bit of money, and because you've already got those things there. So that's where you do it. Hey, Charles is in the house. Hi, Charles. We're just talking about your fantastic design. And now Charles is saying it's good. Yes, twice as nice, can be worn with or without the cowl, and in 7 sizes. We like that, Charles. We definitely do like that. Oh, here we go. This is great. I love this. Tips from the master of knitting. Tip on frogging mohair. Many of you already know, if you need to frog mohair, put it in the freezer for a while, and it will come out nicely. And yes, it certainly does. It is great. And actually, we're so happy with this, Charles. What we did is, there's just a swatch there. What we've gone and done with this one versus the one we used to do is we've gone and added a little bit of extra wool. I think it's actually a little bit of Polworth that's gone in there. And we've just added the wool, and makes it nice and plush, but see how it doesn't, it holds the mohair in there a little bit better. Have I got an old one here? No. The previous version of this which was just straight mohair, would sometimes get a little bit sheddy, whereas this, adding just touch of wool, just locks it in, and it actually gives this most fantastic plump and plushness. I love it. Really good. Really, really good. I'm knitting the vest, as you know. I did bring it in because I've essentially just knitted that much. I'm in the torso section at the moment, so it's just lots of tubular knitting, which, to be fair, I'm quite enjoying. It's just nice to have that nice tubular mindlessness. So that's where I'm at with it. And then I'll get to the separation for the armholes. So hopefully my scribbled notes that I wrote last time, I'll be able to decipher what I wrote down, because I did actually annotate it last time, but whether or not I can remember what I did, I should be able to. And that's actually progressing really, really well. Really well. I'm enjoying it. Really, actually, and I'm enjoying knitting this too. It's not as quick, it's lightning fast as it is if you're knitting something smoother like this. You have to be a little bit more mindful where you place your needle. Like, I find that because of the fibers, that I need to really make sure that I get my needle positioning right at the very base of that stitch. And if I do that, it's nice, and I can move a wee bit faster. But I'm really enjoying it. It's actually lovely. Really lovely thing to knit. So that is progressing along really well. So I'm quite excited about that. And the website's ticking along well too. We've got a meeting around that for so many things, like the new newsletter. We're going to be changing our newsletter provider. So we've got a meeting about that today, and catching up with the website people again next week. It's going to be so good. I mean, there'll be teething problems. There always is when you change technology, but you have no idea how happy we are about moving on this new website. It's so exciting. And the team that are building it are doing an amazing job. So that is really cool. I think there's no diaries next Monday. So just so lock that in. No diaries next Monday, only because I'm in Wellington taking the kids to student choggum. So I will be down there with my son and a friend as they at Parliament. So I'll be hiding in the corner of Parliament, actually having a meeting with our website people. So that's what I will be doing on Monday. But I will be back on Thursday, and yeah, keep knitting and keep sharing. Make sure you share your project in the speakeasy, because if you share your project in the speakeasy, and especially if you tag it with whatever our theme is, so it's is it stitch by stitch this month? A stitch, yeah, I think it is stitch by stitch this month. If you tag it, it's easy for me to find, because then we take all those tagged posts, we pop them into a random drawer, and you could go in the drawer to win a prize pack. And the lovely Julie won our prize pack last month. She didn't catch that she'd won it, and she just rang before she received her prize pack yesterday, and she was so delighted. She hadn't realised that she'd been a winner until it turned up. And in fact, she said it turned up, and she saw the Skeinz bag, and she's thinking, oh, I didn't order anything. I'm sure I didn't order anything. So it was really exciting for her. So yeah, you never know. Winner, chicken dinner. All you have to do, as I said, is post up in the Skeinz Speakeasy. You need to be in there first to begin with, of course. Post in the Skeinz Speakeasy, hashtag your project, and then you go into that draw. You could be one of our lucky winners. It's as simple as that. All right, take care, and I will see you again this time next week. Happy knitting. Bye.